Quick review. Should you see mortal engines in 3D? After a global destructive event, mobile cities are constructed for people to live in and use to search for resources. This movie was just okay. The 3D was optimized on the subtle side. The depth perception looked natural, but it did not look impressive. I was taking my glasses off a couple of times to see if the 3D effect was being applied. It was as if I were looking at something in real life. However, seeing something realistically in depth does not make a scene more exciting nor unique if the quantity of visuals are few and if the perceived distance between them is not significant. There seem to be two kinds of visual arrangements. The first arrangement consists of enormous-sized visual elements viewed from a distance. From far away, you can see the mobile cities interact with other visual elements, but since they are so large, you don't get the full impact of disruption, such as when the mobile city is moving through trees. A sequence with a mobile city chasing a smaller mobile village was okay. It didn't really impress me, even though it seemed like it would have, because you are viewing things that are very large. You can only see the whole thing from a distance, so the depth perception doesn't really stand out. Even top-down shots from the sky didn't really impress me. When you view things from such a great height, details in the landscape look flat. The second kind of visual arrangement involved people, basically with one person in the foreground, a second placed a little bit behind the first person, and then the background with large visual elements such as high walls or huge tracts of the mobile cities. There are a lot of walls to be seen. When characters are seen indoors, they are normally seen not far away from a wall. In some scenes, there is always a big, massive element in the background, so you don't really get to see much distance between it and the characters just because it's so close. There are about 2 good scenes with a group of people standing close together in a room that gives you a better perception of depth as they are positioned at different areas of the stage. This movie didn't really seem too immersive. There are a lot of open space scenes when the characters are outside, so there really weren't many chances to feel immersed. There were no weather elements to showcase the 3D, like raindrops nor snowflakes. Even a scene with the characters on an aircraft moving through the clouds was not impressive. I didn't get a sense of airiness. There were a few scenes, like the ones with smoke or mist, that had a little bit of immersion, but they were short-lived. This movie had some engaging moments, but not in satisfying amounts. Probably the best form of engagement is when aircraft are firing bullets all over the screen and when a weapon is used that affects many other visual elements. Most of the action was moving toward the audience at a diagonal downward direction. There hardly ever was anything coming directly towards the audience. There are some fast action sequences. Chase scenes are somewhat stimulating. When there's fighting, it is usually shown with the characters in the foreground viewed from their waists up. You really don't notice the 3D or anything behind them because of their fast movements. Despite the positioning and the speed of moving elements and characters, this was a mostly comfortable 3D viewing. This is probably due to the depth of visuals being optimized to be perceived subtly. I believe the 3D designers chose to play it safe in order to not cause any visual discomfort to anybody. I did not experience any eye strain. Camera angles did not really change much within a sequence, so I experienced no fatigue. I experienced no motion sickness nor any disorientation. This seemed like this would be the kind of movie that would have spectacular visuals and you would think you would be amazed by the scenery, especially the skyline, but for some reason it just seemed okay. I was expecting to see more of the inner workings of the mobile cities like gears turning, but that wasn't the case. You see the inside rooms, but none of the inner workings, which I thought was a lost opportunity to see something interesting in 3D. The way this movie was edited, there was not much time given to appreciate many scenes in 3D. Even so, the ones that had more time were not three-dimensionally impressive to begin with. The plot of Mortal Engines was just okay. It seemed like this would be a movie that should be viewed on the big screen due to the sheer size of the mobile cities, but how they were presented did not give me a sense of menace. Realistically, something of that size would only seem scary if it is near you, and if it is that close, you really can't see the whole thing. The story was just okay, but you can wait to see this on the small screen. The 3D effects team did a good job of making the 3D look realistic, but given the situation of the story, seeing this movie in 3D is not necessary. If you are a fan of the book and want to see it on the big screen anyway, I would say save your money and don't bother to see Mortal Engines in 3D.